Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Abraham. I am currently serving as the Shenandoah University Fellow for Academic Excellence, and one of the main responsibilities is to oversee academic integrity process here at Shenandoah.
Do students plagiarize without realizing it?
I think that students most often plagiarize without realizing it. I think that a lot of students don't necessarily come in to the university with a full understanding of how to appropriately cite resources, and also just um, there's so much information available and it's so easy to just Google something and then copy and paste it and not realize um, that maybe they were able to do that previously as in high school, that's not going to be tolerated here, that you not only need to cite those sources, but you also need to paraphrase. You can't take someone's ideas or words as word for word, that you also need to um, take that concept and put it in your own words, and that's often difficult. And it's there's some nuances there in terms of how you do that. And so I think that the majority of the time, students have good intentions. They're just not aware of what needs to be done to do that properly.
How do students learn about the honor code?
At Shenandoah, the first place that students learn about the honor code is actually during their university orientation. We do this 411 orientation, and it's during that orientation that they are first introduced to the honor code, but then hopefully they're getting an introduction to it in each of their classes. Each of the syllabi should have a statement about the honor code, and that will be holding students accountable, and also orientations in their specific programs.
In the fall of 2015, there were 23 reports of honor code violations. 10 of those were on plagiarism. In the same semester of 2016, there were 37 reports of honor code violations, and 5 of those were for plagiarism.
What are the consequences of plagiarism?
The consequences of plagiarism can be anything from something very formative to something rather punitive. So if the instructor really feels that the student just really didn't understand, then oftentimes they are found guilty of a sanction, which means that that they'll get a letter from the Office of Academic Affairs, and it goes in their official student sort of record, but it doesn't go on their transcript, um, that they've been found guilty of a violation. But the only consequence is that maybe they have to go to the writing center, or to meet with one of the librarians to really discuss plagiarism and to discuss appropriate referencing, paraphrasing, etc. So it can be something as like that, which is really meant more to inform the student and to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Sometimes it'll just be, again, a zero on the assignment, but the opportunity, or maybe it's the opportunity to resubmit the assignment. Usually, if it's on the first offense, especially if it's a freshman or a sophomore, we sort of give them the benefit of the doubt. If it's a second offense, or if large portions of the assignment are just copied and pasted and there's no attempt to reference, then it's a little bit more serious. And so perhaps the student will fail the course. And again, if it continues to happen, the student can be suspended or even dismissed from the university.
Dr. Abraham recommends the following to avoid plagiarism: paraphrasing, consulting the Writing Center to learn how to cite your sources, and to run your paper through Turnitin.